All I ever wanted was you, but you left me alone inside these empty, broken walls. And I can't see it clearly, but it's obvious. I know that you left me alone inside this empty, broken hall. And now you'll be the reason why my soul is tainted. Somebody help me, 'cause I'm feeling trapped and I don't know what to do. There's no one to save me from this hurt I feel deep within my bones. Did you ever think of me and see the things I did? Sold my soul and everything I was to the lowest bid. Crawled into your poison dome yet every single time. You got into my mind, you got into my mind. When all I ever wanted was you, but you left me alone inside these empty, broken walls. And I can't see it clearly, but it's obvious. I know that you left me alone inside this empty, broken hall. And now you'll be the reason why my soul is tainted. So how can I fix this? 'Cause I need to stop the aching in my head. My heart is breaking. Yeah, I'm tired of being stuck in the past. Did you ever think of me and see the things I did? Sold my soul and everything I was to the lowest bid. Crawled into your poison dome yet every single time. You got into my mind, you got into my mind. When all I ever wanted was you, but you left me alone inside these empty, broken walls. And I can't see it clearly, but it's obvious. I know that you left me alone inside this empty, broken hall. And and scars. I'll brush you off just like the dust upon my shoulder. I have a hunch of who you are. Believe it or not, I got the strength to blow you over. I'm a hurricane, I'm bringing thunder and rain. I'm a hurricane if you get in my way. I'm a hurricane, always on top of my game. I'm a hurricane, I'm trying to get in my way. Hurricane, I'm bringing thunder and rain. I'm a hurricane if you get in my way. I'm a hurricane, always on top of my game. I'm a hurricane, I'm trying to get in my way. I'm a hurricane, I'm bringing thunder and rain. I'm a hurricane if you get in my way. I'm a hurricane, always on top of my game. I'm a hurricane, I'm trying to get in my way. Hurricane, I'm bringing thunder and rain. I'm a hurricane if you get in my way. I'm a hurricane, always on top of my game. I'm a hurricane, I'm trying to get in my way.
Holy shit, chat. I just shat my pants. Not literally. Don't clip that. No, do clip that. Anyway. I just woke up like an hour ago. And when I was walking down the stairs, I have like a palm tree in my, I have like a palm tree downstairs. And I was striving it accidentally. And it just fell over. I didn't notice it at first when I strove it. Man, it was loud, and I was so fucking scared for a second. Yo. How are you guys doing, chat? I hope you have had a good day, morning, whatever. You have what downstairs? A palm tree. That San getting Sons of Caledon vibes? True. I'm so done. Oh my god. 3.5 hours of sleep. Fuck what? Well, I hope you have had a good weekend, a good Easter. Or still have, depending on time zone, I suppose. Well, I have to get used to the grind again. NTE time soon. What Schlafrhythmus? Schlafrhythmus, you know, like a sleeping rhythm implies that I get sleep in the first place. That is where the error in logic is. Release or another beta? I mean, it's gonna release, right? And I have planned like 20 videos. Not all at once, of course, but there's a lot of stuff I have to do. And I probably should start rather soon. So I'm not entirely sure how exactly I do that. I don't know yet how I do that. That might be difficult with the streaming and normal job, and I don't know. Well, we will see. We will see. So, what do we farm, chat? Damn, I have no chips whatsoever. Oh my god. I am fully broke. Holy. Well. Yeah, I'm not good at just not sleeping. If I don't get my sleep when I'm tired, I just feel really bad. That just does not work well. Well, it is what it is. What I need is to not have a full-time job. That would help a lot. Because that means that I actually have time for things and don't need to decide between two things, right? You're resting for now, but it looks like tomorrow will be a tough day. That is, I do feel that, I relate to that. It will happen eventually, yeah, like 2 more months or something, who freaking knows, we will see. Not even my company knows. So, that part is done for the pre-farming for Promea. We do have our certification seals. The dream of sustainability, very true. W engine, Magna test, sure. Yeah. Do we do account reviews today? We did Cheer yesterday. Is there new Hollow Zero which we still have to do? What day do we have even? Tuesday. Yeah, we still need to do Hollow Zero, I think. Or did we do that already? God damn, maybe I forgot. I will be real, I'm looking so much forward to NTE. Just being able to play a different game again. Oh my god, that is... It's gonna be so good. I feel like wailing, but there are no characters appealing to me. In NTE or in Zenless Zone Zero. I think NTE has a lot of characters I like. Also a lot which I really dislike a lot. It's actually really funny. Whales problems? True. ZZZ. Lucia is fantastic. Surely she gets a rerun. Yuzua is a good unit to wail on. Arguably Seed also has really good mindscapes. Cisia is probably good as well. Oh yeah, true, I do have to post my calc someone. Oh well. You haven't seen much about NT, is it worth trying? Well, I'm gonna cover it on full on the channel. It will be the second main game next to ZZZ. So I like it, I'm biased. Whether or not you like it, I don't know. That I cannot answer. Look, we still have 13 members. 13 places. So, we have done all of that. Great. Did I do Hollow Zero already? No, I did not. Okay, we're gonna do Hollow Zero, and after Hollow Zero, we're gonna do an account review or 2 or 3. I don't know. Oh, I can claim 20 polys. Oh my god. Is this EU? Yeah, but we also have one on Asia and NA. I have no idea who manages them though. Somebody on the Discord server. Sure. Let's do the team. Suna, Arya, Nangong, and then we take a Bernice. Bangbu? I don't freaking know. What's the UID? It is somewhere hidden in the Discord server. It is somewhere there. So what do we take? Nangong. I mean, it doesn't really matter, right? 4 energy when triggering pressure. Who the fuck cares about energy? There, Bloom. I want more damage. The outpost ID. Yeah, I don't know it. I have no idea. Again, they're somewhere in the Discord server. Pinned comment somewhere. Currently the outpost is not full. Oh my god, it's lying. Bro doesn't trust me. Oh, look, Bernice ultimate. Hell yeah. Do we do a Sisya? Oh yeah, that is also something which is really interesting. I wanted to do a Sisya Q&A someone, which we can turn into a full video. The biggest problem I have with that is the last time I tried it, literally nobody had a single question. It was literally 0 persons. That was not very helpful. Can you tell me how to beat the new mode on Holly 0 maximum difficulty? Wail more. Or play better. Probably. One of those two. I never play it on maximum difficulty because why? There's no reason for me. I guess if you... Yeah, no, I don't really think there's a reason to, unless you really need 20k Denny's or something. Also, it's a little bit RNG dependent, depending on the buffs you get, quite sure. For example, if you do it with Yejuan or something, you want to make sure that you get a lot of ultimate buffs and stuff. You do not move, Jane. Yes, the outpost does have room now. So, can we stun here? Not yet. So, why is Jane... why does it take so long to stun Jane? Actually very impressed by that it takes this long. More AM? Yeah, give me more AM. I love more AM. I have to say, I'm heavily addicted to coffee. The coffee cup being empty, not being able to get a coffee in the morning, I do not feel good, man. I do not feel good. Jane is ether resist? Oh, that explains it. Imagine if they put Jane into Deadly Assault. Would be kind of funny, actually. That would be actually kind of funny. That would be actually low-key funny. Just everybody's gonna complain about that Deadly Assault. Just because nobody likes playing with this Jane. You should put that into your bio. Addicted to coffee. Do you have? Not you. QB, can you edit my bio? I'm up for that. It's not wrong. It is just not wrong. Why do I get free X specials here? I mean, hasn't Kyo increased the days buff bosses over time in the same way? No, not really. There are different days values, but it's gonna happen somewhere. Don't worry. It's gonna happen somewhere. Yo, Itchy, hello. Like, there are some bosses, especially the newer ones, who have higher days bars. But, it's a little bit... For example, Typhon already had, like, a very high days bar. But simply because they basically stun themselves, it doesn't matter if that makes sense. Yo, Bluffle, hello, hello. But don't worry, it's gonna happen somewhere. They are gonna increase the days bar someone. It's gonna happen. So We just have to wait. Du-du-du-du. I actually wonder what will be the next way of how they're gonna power creep stuff. Or change stuff so that everything, like, that it feels really bad to play a certain archetype. Gonna happen someone. I mean, days could actually, you know, you would make, I suppose that, I mean, would they really make stunners completely useless? Probably. They could actually do that. I mean, it's not completely useless, but, like, it's a little bit like Miyabi, right? It's a little bit like Miyabi, where they're just gonna fuck stuff over by disabling a serve and stuff. We go, yeah. Yo, Mystic, hello. Are you the Pritwin guy? Depends. I don't really own Pritwin or anything, so in that sense, no. Do something! A bloom! So, left, I guess. At least Hollow Zero is, relatively quick to do. Unless you do, like, max difficulty runs. Oh, actually, that could also be fun. Do a Hollow Zero challenge run. At max difficulty. Actually, I think I have not cleared the new max difficulty. I did that like once. When it was released, basically. Like with Bijuan or something. I don't actually remember when it was. Your videos have been very helpful. You had no idea leveling dodge increases days? Well, every skill has a days value attached to it, so... it's not just dodge. But yeah, happy if it helps. That is very unrelated to Pritwin, however. That is very unrelated to Pritwin. My videos have nothing to do with the website. People in the comments are extra review also helpful. Yeah. I mean, channel is doing fine right now, right? Just takes a little bit of time to grow stuff. Make the boss. Oh wait, we'll read that after this. So we are good here. Make the boss power up level time. I'm not sure if that is a... I mean, to be fair, I could imagine them doing something. Who the fuck? It's their game. They can do whatever they want. Like, it really doesn't matter. I mean, we arguably already have, like, something similar, I suppose, with, like, marionettes, where the stun duration depends on how you play, so... I can see them, you know, changing stuff around, making different stun durations depending on how you play. If you every time, like, the first stun is gonna be really long or something, and every other stun is gonna be worse. Why would they not do that? Certainly why. I thought I helped with the guides and stuff. I don't do the guides. The only thing I do is the calculations. Anything else, I'm not related to. I don't write. I don't do tier lists. The only thing I do are the calcs, and that's it. What do you mean exactly about marionette stun duration? Base stun duration, marionettes is 7 seconds. And every time you defeat a clone, the stun duration is gonna be increased up until 12 seconds. So, quite sure it is once per stack. So you need to defeat 5 clones to get the maximum stun duration. Means if you stun this boss too quickly, which is like one problem that Nangong Yu kind of has a little bit, your stun duration is gonna be shorter. But outside of that, I'm not sure if there's too much anything else. Oh, can we actually get this? Which we don't know what Promea wants, right? No, we don't. So do I just press random stuff, or do we just get the Denny's? Money, I guess. Money is always good. Just get monies. I really would like the daily performance kinda as well, but I somehow just don't, you know, I just always ignore it. I really wish they would tell you some of these things a bit earlier. That would be pretty helpful. Okay, so let's have a look at which character we invest into next. There are some skills we still have to level. We have the dance shoes. Let's get one ferocious grip for Alan. Just slowly, you know, slowly taking care about all of the characters. That is fine, I think all of these... Oh, Grace doesn't have anything. Perfect. Living Drive, that's what we're gonna take. Just slowly leveling Grace here. So... Oh. Confirm. There we go. Don't forget to have like on. That is what's gonna happen, well, someone. Right now I'm pre-farming Promea, so up until then, you know, these things have to wait a little bit. Alan is fine, we can unlock that, great. And Grace, we do need those, okay. That is gonna wait as well. So that means Grace and Lycon are our two next targets. Anything else should be fine. So Kaku is gonna stay dead, Anton is gonna stay dead. Unless SHIYU answers me. If I can get SHIYU to VA, I will make an Anton guide. That's the condition. So, the AP... If you think about playing anomaly proficiency Jetty, I do not recommend doing that. I do not recommend that. It has not been great. Not very good. So... Oh, actually, we can continue farming. Wait. I still haven't done Notorious Hunt, right? And Grace does want the Living Drive thingy, so... Was Living Drive, right? Wait, where's Grace? Holy shit, my eyes don't open. They're like half closed. Yeah, okay, so let's just spend it here. So. I do want some in-game music. Especially if it's good in-game music. So, electric damage, stun. Okay, none of that matters. Feels bad. Don't need ice when playing YG. That is true, but that doesn't mean that it wouldn't be good. Holy shit, the impair goes so quickly. Yo, Mars, I am. I said that ages ago and you doubted me. My bad. Actually, my model is leaning back. Damn. There. Let's not lean back. We are unrelaxed today. We probably should start and get 1 or 2 people to for the account review. Let's do 2 people for now. Yeah, I'll say a tree. Yo, yo, yo. The free queue is getting longer and longer. Yeah, we probably have to shut it down. We probably have to temporarily shut it down unless there is like literally nobody else. Otherwise, yeah, well, that's not gonna work out. Can we close it and prevent new posts for a while with a small announcement thingy? That would be great. Because otherwise, I don't freaking know how we do that. Depends. Now, see, we're going by whoever is waiting the longest, right? So if somebody is waiting for 30 days, I'm up to look into that account before some other people. You haven't played the story yet? I have not touched 2.5 yet, and anything afterwards. I do not have time or the motivation to do so. Both can be true at the same time. Unfortunately. I heard that it got better, but... Also, 2.2 was really good. I did like... What was it, 2.1? I don't remember, like the usual one. I might be biased. There we go. Prince, would you be up for a review? If you have been waiting that time, and you are here right now, that probably would be a good time. So... Let's have a look at the Discord. You would be up? Okay, great. So... Let's have a quick look. Account reviews. Prince. Okay, so we're gonna do Prince. We are gonna do we have a sub? Anybody from the subs here? Moonfire, Arizel, Ryo, SHIYU, or Jetty. Have I seen somebody from this? No, I don't think I've seen any of you yet. You're here, right? Okay, would you be up for your account review? Then we do you. Yep, great. Okay, so let's do you two, and then we will see if we have time for more. So, one small thing, I really don't like doing that, but I've discussed with my mod a little bit about it because it's kind of impossible. You guys see there are a lot of people who want a review. And I just, every time I do one review, 2 or 3 new people come in here. I just cannot keep up with that. So what we are gonna do is we are gonna close down temporarily the free review queue. And we are gonna work through this for a little bit, right? Otherwise I just cannot keep up with it. There's just like no way. And I don't really want people to wait here for, you know, 30 days. People are waiting here partially for like month. They are waiting for month. That is just, you know, and at some point it's a little bit unfortunate. I appreciate that so many people are interested in that. I really do. Wait, quite sure Gustav, didn't we do you sometime already? I think we did you sometime. But yeah, we're gonna close it down temporarily. And, you know, then we're just gonna do that. No, not 1 month. I talk about multiple months. There are people who signed up in January, which we haven't even gotten to yet. To be fair, it's also a little bit difficult, right? because in the end, it needs to match up. Like, you know, you guys need to be in the stream while I'm online, so real life does unfortunately exist. You know, so yeah, we are gonna close it down for a little bit. Try to work through it. I hope that I have a little bit time. Maybe this weekend. I have to see, but my plan has been that this weekend I'm gonna sit down. And we are just gonna go through a lot of reviews. Just one day where we just do basically only reviews. Where I actually have time, maybe Friday or Saturday, we will see. And afterwards, I will have to probably dip for a few days because I have to do NTE stuff. I will have to see, maybe I can do an, you know, like the occasional stream. But I've, to be fair, I have no real plan yet. But yeah. Alright. Prince. Can you DM me your account data? Please use spoiler tags. When you use your spoiler tags, well, not when you use them. Just, you know, change your password before after. And then we are good. So while we are waiting for... Oh no, Prince already did. Prince already did. Never mind, we don't have to wait. That was quick.
Drink water, you dehydrated bitch!
I don't have coffee, it's not possible. The only way I can consume water is by drinking coffee. I cannot hydrate anymore. Verification code, please. Thank you. You got into Nikki recently. So... Alright. We are in. Please delete your login data. Thank you. From Discord, right? Like not from in-game. Don't delete your login data in-game. So, Prince, you win. You hit the jackpot. For no reason whatsoever. That is one of the best choices you can do for your overworld agent. Totally unrelated, yes. I am, in fact, no way related to Lucia. She is, in fact, the goat. Quite literally. Alright, so... having established that I am in no way related to Lucia, and that also, in fact, she is the goat. Let's have a look. So, Prince, let's first check your battery. Oh, well, you are broke. You are very broke. Alright, you have every Bangbu but Sprout. You have Fanbu at R3, Belion on the way to R3. You have Berkblick at R3. That sounds pretty good, honestly. You have most of them even leveled up. Good as well. If you have Vivian...
really is the goat of Zenless, in more ways than one.
Yes, that is factually correct. But if you have Vivian, Robin is really good to R5. Outside of that, that looks all pretty good. Rosanna, to be fair, you have Rosanna Boo at R5, but do you have... Oh, it doesn't show that here, right? We would need to check your A ranks. Arguably, Devil Boo is also better than Resana Boo, depending on the team. But yeah. So, that is... Oh, damn it. You are not free to play, but for some reason you have not bought the most value pack. I mean, everybody does themselves, right? That also looks all good. You have bought a few skins. Good. Well, I mean, good, not good. And you have skipped Dialin. Oh. I see, you don't like strong units. That is how it is. Understood. You just want weak units on your account. That is why you skipped all of the goated stunners. Well, you actually skipped a lot of stunners, goddammit. Oh. How do you stun if you don't have stunners? Guess you have Lighter, Chingy, Lycon. I would recommend you to consider getting a stunner or two. Did you get yet, Hadi? Because all of the DPS you pulled kinda just really want a good stunner, but you skipped them. Strong units don't like me. Fair enough, I suppose. Did you lose your 50-50 on you? Well. I mean, it is what it is, right? Unless you spend, you cannot get every unit. Yutari works with Lycon at least? I mean, yeah, sure. You also have, like, Chingy, you know, like, whatever. Oh. Well, you are, in fact, very broke. So, I suppose it is what it is. Let's have a look at your Deadly Assault. You are at 0 out of 9. 31, 29, 35. I mean, honestly, that's totally fair. Not bad. Given that you literally skipped all stunners. Defiler 45, you're running with a seed. Fair enough. I think that's fine. There's not really much more you can do here unless you know, you wanna spend and swipe. So, your C opens this rather than characters. Well, I mean, it is what it is. So, let's have a look. Do you have Mindscapes? Hopefully not. Oh, M1 YSG. M1 Vivian. M1 Lycon. M4 Manato? Oh no. Alright, fair enough. Let's have a quick look at your skill levels. That looks all... Especially since you don't have Niu and you basically run like this team, right? It might be worth it leveling her ultimate and also getting these to 12. You have some hamster cage passes. So that's fine. Just for the days, right? To be fair, I don't know how much it actually matters versus like the new boss thingy. What was it called? Sweeper? But yeah. That looks all fine otherwise. Hell yeah. Good. That looks good as well. There is... Oh, Chingy. Okay, we found something. Hell yeah. We did find something. Fantastic. So, for Chingy, given your... How do we call it? Lack of stunners. you know, given your lack of stunners, Qingye is probably not a bad unit to invest into. If you can, I mean, to be fair, right, it is somewhat expensive. However, getting a Qingye Mindscape here, I mean, you would need to lose. Either you swipe, you know, like, I don't know, if they have like another top-up event or something, maybe for the anniversary, who freaking knows, maybe you get some for free on the anniversary. It is arguably not necessarily like the best choice here, but if you continue to evade all the stunners, be it, you know, be it on accident or not, her M1 is basically what keeps Qingye alive and usable. So, well, outside of Yijuan teams, right? This might be something to look into. But that being said, she does care quite a bit about her days and stun values, just like everybody does. A lot of her days comes from her basics, from her assist, from her dodge, from her EX, from her ultimate, right? It is pretty mixed, to be fair, it is pretty mixed. So, arguably, you kind of want to invest into all of them, which is what you did. However, I would personally really recommend you to get your basics, assist, ultimate to 11, and dodge, EX to like 10 plus. If you can, you go for like 12 and 11, but you know, just to get a little bit more days, because she does stun pretty fast, and that's like the main thing she is going for herself. The main problem you also have a little bit with her is that she's really hard to actively on field, depending on, you know, the bosses. Some of them just really want a lot of parries, which means you don't really get to charge her voltage thingy, which also means you don't really get to use her B3, in which case you just really need to get the days from this, you know, defensive assist and assist follow-up. But yeah. Mibibi is... You might want to max these out, at least if you like her. If you, I mean, you don't really play her, it doesn't matter too much, but otherwise that is good. Seed is okay. The ultimate. You really want to level up that ultimate. It's a 300% more NV. That's a 5% increase, right? If you press this button, it's gonna be 9.09% more damage on the skill. Always, it's always true. That statement is always true. So, Seed ult to 12. It's literally this. It doesn't matter what your stats are. It doesn't matter what team you run. This is always gonna be true. It is always gonna be this exact value. Right? So, I would recommend you doing that. Aside from that, that looks fine. Bernice... Actually invested. Oh, your attack is really low. Actually a bit dead. Okay. Anyway, we talk about that later. That is fine. And my alarm rings. I forgot to turn it off. Damn it. Well. At least I know that I have to wake up now. And that is also fine. Okay, he's like M4, which is a little bit unfortunate. Your Hadamasa is not very equipped. That looks fine as well. Yeah, generally, your stuff is leveled, right? All of the units you kind of play are invested as much as you can do, with the exception of Qingye, I suppose. And I usually would not necessarily recommend investing into Qingye at all times, because she is kind of outclassed by other stunners, but, well, you know. All stunners you kind of skipped. Again, might be not intentionally, but it is what it is. I think a niche guide on which skills to level for each character would be interesting. But we have that. And it's kind of the same anyway for every character. So yeah. That being said, you do have her signature on Aria. 2. Okay, your attack is really low. Oh my god. You have to fix your attack. I feel like, yeah, this is the no attack week, right? We had that yesterday on all accounts, and like before that on all accounts. This is the no attack week. So the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna run attack here rather than ether damage. Your attack is massively too low. You have no attack percent substats here. You have 3. Right? No, 4. 5. You have 5 attack percent subs. That is too low. Like, a lot too low. You are usually looking for 2000. I mean, with Nangong Yu, you're looking at 2000 attack, 2800 attack. Sorry, 2800, 2900. In your double team, you're looking at 2400, 2500. So, this is still 300 attack below what you look for. You have a good amount of AP, right? But keep in mind that Adia has a lot of AP sources, especially with its signature. You get 90 here. And from her core, she gets another 90, so 180, which means your base AP is 540. And that does not necessarily account for buffs, which you might get. Do you have Yuzua Sig? You don't, you run Game Ball. Why do you run Game Ball? I suppose you just swap this around. In case you do not. Please don't use Game Ball if you play with Adia, right? The crit rate doesn't really do anything. So ideally just use Kaboom. Or literally anything else. You know. But yeah. Yeah, so for your Adia. For your idea. Focus on more attack percent substats. Try to hit 2.5k-ish attack without you. 2.8k plus with you. I would personally recommend you, at least for right now, if you can, because it's a little bit easier to build, if that makes sense. Attack percent in D5 for now. If you can, ether damage is arguably light. Ether damage is easier to obtain because you have like more substats, right? So the rolling in itself is easier to not roll badly. However, attack percent in this case is gonna be really, really helpful. So, aside from that, I mean, it's fine, right? Your AP is looking okay. Everything else here would just be roll better substats. You're running 4-piece Phaethons, you have AM, AP, and again, ether damage is fine. In general, main problem you really have right now is... I would honestly switch this. Just switch this for now. Yeah. I think this is much better. I think this is much better. We can actually test it later. Suna, you do run Kaboom. You are running ER with 2-piece King of the Summit. You are at 3-5. That is totally fine, right? 4-piece here. Your substats are also just fine. Your skill levels look fine. Again, I probably would consider leveling her ultimate and chain a little bit. Well, the chain, not itself, but like the ultimate. But you would need to want to run impact for that to be worth it, which you are not doing right now. Yeah, it's fine. There's not much to say here. Yo, Paris, hello, welcome, welcome. You're La Bubu. You are still running as full voice, that is fine. 3 per. Okay, there's not much more to say. You do actually have the W engine, so that is something to keep in mind. Looks just fine. Not much to say. If you can get like more HP substats, right? You have 0 here. They're literally 0 HP subs. Wait, are you just avoiding all HP subs? How do you have so many S full voice sets and there's not a single HP sub? Damn it. What if you... Okay, you can't really switch it, I suppose. Yeah, your HP subs are low. If you can increase your HP subs, you will be fine, right? But, you know, it's fine. Yadhadi, 60, 180. Do you have signature? You do have signature. Okay, so signature gives 20% crit rate. You get 12% from your crit rolls, 32, which means you're looking at 68%, right? Here, you really want to try to get this up, and looking at your HP, you are probably running HP percent in slot 5, which is in fact the case. Your substats are really good on this, to be fair. If you have an ice damage bonus, that would be better. You do not, though. Question is, of course, like, you know, substats are really good here. So, whether or not... I mean, that generally looks not bad. Your crit damage is really good. It's really just your crit rate which you're looking a little bit more for. So... Yetari. Ideally... Ice damage in D5. Hit 68% crit rate and stat strain. That's basically what you're looking for. Anything else is fine. You can go down on HP percent, right? HP percent is not super important on her, or like in general, especially not with Lucia. Do you have Lucia W engine? You don't. Okay, that makes it even less important. Yeah, that's kind of all. I mean, looks pretty good, right? Ideally, you just roll a bit differently here, so you have like a +3, but I mean, all of that is RNG stuff. That's fine. Lucia, Miss Elowen, who I am definitely not related to. Oh, damn it. Very juicy. Oh my. You know, I have to say, I am slightly disappointed. Because you do have her as your overworld agent choice. And you really like her, but you don't have her signature. How unfortunate. Honestly, that is a really good one, right? You really would need... I think this is the piece you are most likely to upgrade. You would like one... I mean... Maybe you could like roll a little bit more here. It's like those two pieces which you are more likely to upgrade, but you need a lot of... You lost your 75-25 on it? Oh, I'm so sorry to read that. Well, you know. It is... For being free to play, it's really good, right? Especially not having any HP one here. Looks nice. There's not really much to say. It's good. Yuzua, 171 and no signature, 125, 3-2. Okay, you definitely want a little bit more AP. Ooh. Very nice. You want a bit more AP if you can. You are... I mean, you're not overcapping because that's not a thing. But your attack is like high enough that you can consider investing more into anomaly proficiency. Depending on the team you play, that can actually be worth it. So the question is if you have anything. You would need quite a bit more. Okay, suppose it's unlikely that you can currently. And you're also very broke, so that's not gonna happen either. Well, I mean, it's fine, right? It's Yuzua. You have more than enough attack. I personally would not run Game Ball on her unless you have a very specific plan. But not for the anomaly teams you're running in. Oh, your crit... Oh, no, she is dead. Well... Well... So, you definitely need more crit rate and you need a lot more attack. Do you have signature? You do have signature. Okay. So, YSG. You're looking at 50.6% crit rate in stat screen exactly. The lowest you should go is 48.2%. That is the lowest minimum you should look for. And yeah, your attack should be higher, like quite a bit higher. You are running fist damage. Yeah. We have something to roll on. Problem is you really also want kind of a little bit of attack. Do we have an attack piece here? You don't. You don't have an attack piece here either. Well, that is a little bit unfortunate. Do you have another piece? So let's have a look at Estful Voice. Whitewater Ballad. Woodpecker, Hormone. Actually, let's ignore... No, we do take Whitewater. You do have an attack piece here. Oh, well, that's slot 6. You have pen ratio, fist damage. You have an attack piece over here and here as well. But there are no crit sips. Ice, electric, ice. Oh yeah, that is what we could do. How do your resources look like? Where was the attack one? Here. Let's just quickly swap this and see how your stat balancing looks like. That is same. Your attack is much better now. Yeah, this is a much better YSG. You got like 500 attack, more than 500. You lost like 16% crit damage. And your crit rate stayed the same. So this is what you are gonna run instead. This is not really ideal, right? We are looking for at least crit rate subs, somewhat-ish, but that doesn't look like it's gonna happen. So we just take what we currently have. This is also a really good piece. That one arguably as well. Do you have anything that you could run CR on? You could run triple attack. You are running no Dialin, so no triple attack. Ooh. You could attempt rolling on this. Oh, no, that is a problem though. You don't have anything else here. You could run the pen ratio one. You have another good one here. Somewhere. I think for now, this is probably one of the better choices you can do, given that you don't really have much crit rate subs available. This would probably be better to run. Give out the crit damage for one more crit rate roll. I wonder if it's better to run the pen ratio here. I mean, depends on the boss. I think we are good here. That is what we're gonna do for now. However, you really just want the crit rate in your stat screen, right? So that is what you're looking for. For your attack, this is looking much better. So 3-5. Usually you are looking... you are running... What do you run? Seed and... I mean, you are running basically 2 attack buffers, right? Either you're running Suna Seed, or you're running Zhao Seed, or you're running Zhao Suna. doesn't really matter. You basically always get like your attack buffs on there, right? Double attack buff, it's like 1,000 and 1,150 or 1,000 and 1,000. You are looking at the very minimum 3,300 attack, ideally 3,500, so that is pretty good. Your crit damage is already good here as well. There's not much more to say. And your crit rate is, well, a little bit too low. If you run, for example, Dialin, or like not 2 attack buffers, you're looking at 3,600 to 3,800 attack. And higher is often better. So this is better. This is a lot better, and I think generally this is a pretty good YSG. The main problem you really have is basically these 2 slots, because the crit rate is like just very slightly too low. So those 2 slots are probably what I would focus on. Anything else you can for now ignore, I suppose. But Yijuan 57, you are 10% too short in your crit. You are more than 10% short in your crit rate. And you're already running crit rate. And you actively avoid all of your crit rate. Okay. Your crit rate is way too low. You get 10% Vengeance, 12% set, and that's kind of it. So you're looking at 78% stat screen. You are 20% below of what you are looking for. Yeah, you're 20% below what you're looking for. You definitely want to switch to Woodpecker in that case. Crit rate is super important on her. I already went into that yesterday somewhere in a video, so I will ignore that for now. Do you have... Wonder if you can just run this one from Zhao over here. The crit rate is much more important than the ether damage bonus main stat. So... yeah, oh, we could run this one. Okay, so if we run this one here. And this one here. We have another piece here you can do. Yes, okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna switch those. I'm gonna, you know, your Piper is not whole, you know, it's a crit Piper, but not anymore. We're gonna place this with Zhao. 70,326 to... yeah, that is better. That is much better. Your crit rate is now in a reasonable area. Your crit damage is lower, obviously, but I mean, you know, what shall you do? And your sheer force is arguably too high because you're looking for, like, ether damage here. But, yeah, Yijuan, get slightly more crit rate, 1 roll. Well, up to 2 rolls, arguably. Ether damage, slot 5. You don't really use her much nowadays. Well, with that build, I probably wouldn't have either, because missing 20% crit rate is a lot. A lot. Well, that being said, we do have to go back to your Zhao, because she wants another piece now. We have an HP, you do. Do you have... yes, you do. Okay, so that is what we're gonna switch. Oh god, you are very brokish. Okay, it's gonna stay at this. It's fine, you're basically near max anyway. I'm just gonna note it down for you. As a small note, E5 is level 12. Yeah, looks good. Vivian, 3-8, that, assuming you're on weakening Gemini, that is pretty good. Very nice, yeah. Roll better substats. That's kind of it, roll better substats. Yeah, not much to say. Also M1, so nice. We are missing 3% crit rate. You have a good... That is a really good Evelyn, I think. That is a really good Evelyn. You are missing 1 crit rate roll, which might hurt you. But aside from that, you have a good amount of attack, as it should be, and your crit damage is looking pretty good as well. Yeah, that's just really good. That is really good. One of the best Evelyns I've seen on the account reviews. For sure. Very nice. Very, very, very nice. I don't have anything else to say. You have the right main stats. You're running attack here. You have the right amount of attack on her. You're running the right set. Your skills are basically all maxed. Very nice. Very, very, very nice. Evelyn out of 10. Your Astra, you are running ER here, you are running Bashful, you have the right amount of attack, those are really good attack substats. You are running the 4-piece Moonlight because of that. You have not wasted a single point here, that is looking good. Yeah, nice. Jane, 204, 44. I think your anomaly proficiency might be erroring out. Your attack is okay. You're running AM, AP here. Yeah, I think your AP is on the lower side, but I mean, this is really good. You're running the pen ratio, which might hurt you in the future, especially if you intend on getting Mindscapes. Or if you are trying to play her as a support for like Alice or something, which you skipped, but anyway. But aside from that, that looks good. You probably just want to look for a little bit more AP somewhere, but otherwise there's not much to say. You do run Sharpened Stinger. I think the biggest problem you have right now is because you don't have not Lucia. You don't have Yuzu W engine. And on top of not having her W engine, the current Deadly Assault buffs have like no anomaly proficiency buffs. So given that you have 404 AP here right now, that means you are stuck at 404, which means you will never get the full bonus for her attack buff here, right? To be fair, it's not too much, so you are missing like 16, which means you are missing 36 combat attack. Not the end of the world, but yeah. Get a little bit, if you get like 2 more AP rolls, you are golden, right? 2 more AP rolls, either here or even here if you can. But it's like really not the worst. It's just fine, it's good. I will note it down. Jane, 2 more AP rolls. Your attack is fine. Keep in mind, if you give up 1 attack percent sub, that is gonna be more loss in terms of, like, you are gonna lose more attack from 1 attack percent sub than you are gonna gain from your passion here, right? Because Jane generally needs a lot of attack anyway. Well, depending on the team. It might not be worth it to trade an attack percent sub for an AP sub. But otherwise, that is looking just good. Qingyi, we already talked about that part. If you run your King of the Summit, I suppose you're just gonna steal it from somewhere. In that case, you would have the crit rate. Your attack is somewhat low because of that. It's probably better for you to run an attack percent main stat here. But, I mean, it is Qingyi, right? She's not a damage dealer. That is just if you want to maximize, min-max stuff. But damn it, talking is not my thing today. Me BB. Oh. I'm asking you, are you still using this character? Do we have an attack percent main somewhere? You do here. The thing is, these are really good, and I probably would run them as well, but you don't use Miyabi much. Okay. Given your stats, probably understandable. So, I'm not gonna go to the... We cannot fix it currently, right? You don't have signature, so the one thing why signature on Miyabi is good is, well... you know, it is good because it gives her what she wants. You need... Look for 80% plus crit rate and stat screen. That is gonna be very hard for you to do, especially without the signature. If you know, just get more subs there, and you're also looking for like 3k plus attack and stat screen. Which is also gonna be really difficult, because, I mean, factually, you did that right, that you combined the pen ratio from the Fusion Compiler with the branch from Bladesong here, right? But Fusion Compiler gives you 18% combat attack, which is, by the way, a lot. However, you have like no attack to scale it off. You are at 2-3k, you're looking for like 3000. I would probably just scrap every single crit damage roll you have and fully commit to the attack. This is really good. The substats here are really good, but given how low your attack is, I think running attack percent might be actually better than Anomaly Mastery right now. To be fair, I don't know how it is with Nangong Yu, because Nangong Yu really appreciates Anomaly Mastery quite a lot more than attack. So that might be shifting around a little bit, that part. But yeah, that is I would not use her either. Seed. There's not really much, you know, you would need to improve a lot on your substats. But to be fair, not having signature on a Void Hunter just really hurts, especially Miyabi. Seed, 7-3-152-8. That is not looking also bad. Again, I would recommend you to level her ultimate, because that's like, you know, 9% more damage. But that is... Anyway, you are running... Oh, even with Marcato. That looks somewhat balanced. You are a bit short on the crit rate, right? She has... no sources of crit rate, as far as I am aware. So... that is kind of it. You would... I mean, you do not have signature, so it's fine. But maybe, do you intend on getting her signature? Prince, if you intend on getting her signature, you would be at 88, 252. You could even go a little bit lower on the crit damage, maybe. Your attack is fine. I think... you suffer the most from let's call it, only having double rolls, right? These rolled very nicely. But like, he has no crit rate on this piece, he has no crit damage on this piece, he has no crit damage on the piece. This one is really nice. This one is, given the main stat, right? It's a pain in the ass to roll for these. And that one is missing crit damage as well. Marcato... yeah, it's 18%. Crit attack percent, that is fine. You might want to yeah, well, it's hard. I would have said you might want to consider a bit more attack, especially if you want to prioritize Sisya, because Sisya... did we have the live stream? Oh no, you could play her in the story. And in the event, so it's fine. You know, you're gonna lose attack compared to when playing with Orphe. Oh wait, you don't even have Orphe anyway, right? I mean, it's fine. Yeah, this one really just boils down to roll better substats, I suppose. The main problem you're gonna run into is that with Sisya, pen ratio on slot 5 on Seed is gonna fall off quite a bit. Because of that, you might want to consider electric damage or attack percent here over pen ratio. But aside from that, I mean, you don't really have pieces here. You could consider... okay, you don't really have any woodpecker either. Yeah, it is what it is. It is fine, right? Just, it's not insane, it's not bad, anything. It's fine. Lighter is looking just fine as well. You are running Ice Jade, that is good. Impact, attack, crit rate, fair, good enough. Everything maxed, not much to say. Bernice, okay, so your Bernice has a really low attack. That is the one problem I have with Electro Lip Gloss as a Benjen. It does not give you any attack, but it gives you combat attack, so you want to have a lot of combat attack, but most people just do not have the attack rolls to make up for that, and the base attack is low. Which means you are really looking for a lot more attack percent subs, or possibly even attack percent main stat. I probably would recommend to run Weeping Gemini instead. How does it look if we do that? 30528. This is better. It is still on the lower side, but it is better. And given that you have the low base attack, yeah. Not, you know, the low base attack from the A rank W engine. I probably would recommend you to focus a bit more on attack percent or gain an attack percent main stat over here if you can. I think that is the right call. Bernice. Let's call her. No, let's call her Bernie. That's not my Bernice. Attack percent D5. You're good. That's like basically it. And otherwise roll better substats, right? But that's RNG. I'm not gonna note that one down. Lighter 57, you're running impact with a steam oven. That is fine. You want to, you know, level those, get the assist up, all of that. If you want to actively play him, that is looking just good. Nicole 26. Yes, we did change that in fact. So your Nicole is gonna have a D5, a little bit low. Given that we are running this currently, that is actually surprisingly good. That is fine. Oh yeah. Okay, you do want an ER piece here, or Impact, or Anomaly Mastery, depending on, you know, the team you play her in. Swing Dress, where is it? Here. Do you have anything available? You do not. Okay, you would want to switch that with Astra in this case. And I mean, otherwise, stats don't really matter too much on her. Depends also, obviously, how much you play Nicole, right? D6, either AM or Impact or ER. ER, best general choice. Depends on what you play. Especially, you are currently running Astral Voice. If you do run Astral Voice, unless you do the wheelchair team with, like, Astra, you are probably better off running ER. You're, well, yeah, with Astra, you don't need to run ER. If you don't run Astra, you probably want it, because otherwise maintaining Astral Voice is gonna be hard. You use Nicole for DPS Lucia. But that would still be true. Because the problem is, without ER here, you are not gonna maintain Astral Voice. You would still not maintain Astral Voice effectively, unless which other teammate would you use for DPS Lucia? I would probably still run ER, yeah. Kind of regardless of which team you put her in. You could run also Impact or AM, depending if it gives you a threshold or not. I don't know, but DPS Lucia, whether or not that is gonna make a difference there. Yeah, he is dead. He is dead as well, and those units are also kinda dead. However, I do have to give you, you are trying, you know, the crit Piper, so that is Pog. That looks like your upcoming Sisia build, if I had to guess, right? The upcoming Sisia build. How much screen attack is enough for Bernice? Anything above 3000 should be okay. Ideally you can get more, right? But yeah. So, I have not done calculations for main DPS Sisia. I think the main problem you might run into is the pen ratio part. Do you intend on getting the signature or not? Let's do solo. You are gonna try to. Okay. So, give me 1 second for this to recalc. There we go. If you get the signature, insane spoilers. Usually people pay for this information. You are gonna lose 5% by running pen ratio. 5% damage by running pen ratio rather than anything else, right? If you play with Seed specifically, you know, attack is gonna be worse if you run her hyper carry. This is gonna be obviously a little bit less, but I would highly recommend you to not run pen ratio if you run, you know, the signature. That is what I would recommend you. If you run Brimstone, it's gonna be less bad. Because Brimstone, you know, gives a lot of attack. That makes no sense whatsoever, but I have to be careful in what I'm saying. Without signature, you know, it's less bad. That is what we can say. Yeah, otherwise it's fine. Looks good. I think you might be also suffering a little bit from the lack of attack percent subs. Fortunately, this piece is not gonna be the greatest, so I would maybe just recommend you to, well, switch with Astra or something. Just pretend Astra doesn't exist. And just play Seeds on a Sissy or something. Your crit damage is also lower. I mean, depends on the team you're playing here, right? Corrin. Unbuilt. Unbuilt. Okay, so that is all. I think you're good here. Is there anything that I still want to say, that I still have to say? Not really. I think I am good. Is there anything that I haven't touched upon that you would like me to touch upon? I don't think I have any more things that I think is worth talking about. I think generally your account is pretty fine. You have like the same one problem that basically every account I looked into the last week have had, which is like a lot of missing attack. To be fair, that is like an issue on, you know, a lot of accounts, so it is hard because in the end, arguably, you know, like the fuck do you do if you don't roll it? It is RNG after all, right? And I hope that you understand, like, even if I say like, oh shit, your Miyabi is freaking dead because she has no attack, if you have no rolls on your account where you have attack percent, like what the fuck are you supposed to do, right? I hope that you have an understanding for that. If I say your Miyabi is dead, I don't mean that in a mean way. It's really just, you know, it's a low amount of attack, but what are you supposed to do if you don't roll better? Like, it's not like you choose to do that. Good. If you're good, then I'm gonna send this over you. And thank you so much for submitting your account. Let me DM you that over here. There you go. That is your feedback. Thank you again. Let's go through. There we go. Your overworld agent has been Lucia, so fantastic. Let's give you a grading. So, we have the grading. Ta-da. For Prince. Ta-da. So first of all, your overworld agent choice is an S+++. Totally unrelated. Great. Your DA scores have been honestly just good. There's not much to say. It's an S-. You know, can be better, I guess. But it always can be. Your skipped units. Okay, to be I will let the chat decide. Chat, you tell me what we give for the skipped units. They skipped every single good stunner in the game, but it was never intended. They just lost all the 50-50s for every good stunner. What do we do? Your builds have been A+. Missing a lot of attack. But what shall you do? Your disc rolls, same thing, and your resource management is like an S-. Honestly, it's an S+, like you used up everything you have. A, get better luck, F, skill issue, B, A, S for stunner, a T for he tried, U, unlucky. Okay, bumps, but at least you have one premium stunner. You know. Yo, classified turtles, hello. Okay, you know what? Chat can't decide. You get you get a B. Dialin. Fufu. I mean, Fufu is not even that great. Dialin, Fufu, you. Trigger. Like, no stunners, rip. Yeah, to be fair, I think generally it's just fine account. I'm gonna give you an... gonna give you an A+. I think it is just fine account. There is really just... most of the stuff boils down to roll better substats. Specifically, roll more substats for your attack percent, right? So, thank you so much for submitting. Thank you. Much appreciated. And next up would be Ryo. You are still here because you literally just redeemed the applause, so... if you would be so kind to DM me your login data, make sure to change your password before and after. And yeah, then we're in. While Ryo is doing that, I'm gonna take a quick piss break. And I would say I would get a coffee, but I suppose I'm just gonna get a tea instead. So, there, listen to some music in the meantime.
How I tried, written down the words to say. It is time. I've been waiting 5 days to explain how you make me feel inside. Baby, got it all figured out. Wanna do this right. There's no doubt in my mind. Baby, you're the one. And tonight, I am going all the way. The way you touch my hand, it all goes away. The things I planned, the things I would say. Now I keep rambling on. I sound so cliche. What I am trying to do is say I love you. And all the things that you do. Sounds like a fool, 'cause when you touch my hair, the words goes away. What I am trying to do is say I love you. You don't know how I shiver inside. Doesn't show, but my nerves are inside out. It's because you're not worth less than perfection. Ooh, thought it was in my pants. Now I'm all confused, turning gold into sand. Don't know what you do to me. All I know is you can take my breath away. guess we just keep it down, down inside. Yeah, you and I, both longing for expression for the things we like, but we stay quiet. Hold me now, tell me things, tell me all about how you feel. Just let yourself go. Say it loud, break the world on the other side, make it real. Just let yourself go, just let go. Ooh, just let go. Oh yeah, just let go. Ooh, just let go. Just let yourself go. Let yourself be new. We're holding back each other in the things we do. It's all so blue. Yeah, what if we could grow just like the flowers through the concrete? Just you and me. Hold me now, tell me things, tell me all about how you feel.
Alright, hey chat, hey.
Say it loud, break the world on the other side,
So,
just let yourself go.
let's do this. Next account review. So, let's log in. Verification code, please. Thank you. Mr. Sasuke, not yet. It's coming. Well, I don't want to announce the date yet. I will announce the date when it's time. The new model is superb, which I also hope for that price. But still, it is so well made. God fuck damn it! Ah, why am I reminded of that now? I spent so much time just playing around with it. Alright, we are in. Please delete your login data from the Discord. Thank you. So, you are on NA. Fellow American friend, let's go in. You can't wait to see your art? I mean, I already posted a teaser, right? I already did post a teaser. People have been taking it out of context. So, right. I did post a small teaser here. It's a very good model. But yeah, some of the art you probably don't want to see. Unless you are into NSFW. Unless in that case, you know, you might want to. Well then, let's get to the account review. So... So, let's have a look, Rio. Your account here. Is there anything you wrote that is, the manners, third slot with Nicole for 4-piece faith and... Okay, I hope I remember that. Hado shares 4-piece set with MB. Would it be a good idea to pull Seeds W engine for your DPS agents? Mainly Soldier 11. Good. So... let's have a look. You are somewhat brokish, but I mean, it's not the worst I've seen today. You are broke in terms of Denny's, though. How do your pulls look like? You have a few Bangbo pulls, your Bangbos. Oh, you're missing a lot of the premium Bangbos. Okay. Do you have Vivian? Oh my. When did you start playing, Rio? You do have Ellen. 1.0. I suppose you do have Miyabi. The Orphe Overworld. I mean, you are like one of the very few people who actually have, you know, the Overworld squad. So that is cool to look into. You have your own reasons. Yeah, you do whatever you want. It's your account, right? Nangong Yu, no Dylan, no Lucia, no Yuzua, no Void Hunters, no Vivian, no Bernice. No. To be fair, right? Aside from the fact that you skipped every single usable support, as well as every single good stunner, as well as the strongest units in the game. I mean, you can boil down your account skipped basically all of the tier 0 units, right? That is what you can boil down. You skipped all of the tier 0 units. But for the fact that you do that, those scores are really good. Those scores are really good for that. And I think that is something that should be acknowledged as well, right? There are many people who have a lot of really good units with good investments who do not score this high. And I think that is, you know, it is cool that you can do that in this game. I'm not even gonna try to match your scores. For sure. That being said, do you have Mindscapes? M1 Fufu. Okay, that is, to be fair, a pretty good choice. Your soldier is M3. Alright, how does this look? Oh, you're running Puffer Electro. You might want to consider Dialon for your Soldier 11. Unless you really don't, just like really don't want Dialon. Buffer gave you better results than Woodpecker? Yeah, I can see that. Depending on how you play, for sure. Especially if you have Dialon though, that is just gonna be a lot better. That being said, right? You have no... Yeah, it's, honestly, I respect it. You do not have signature for 15 to 4. Your attack is you're running Flight of Fancy. Can trigger every 0.5 seconds. Normally build up an normally proficiency. I wonder if... No, that's fine. There's no better choice. You're running Shining Aria. That is fine. You're running ether damage. Do you have... No. How does your... Let me quickly check how your stuff looks here. You have a B rank W engine. That's a thing. Well, I suppose you keep it as a trophy. I don't know. Well, yeah, disc, whatever, same thing. I mean, I respect it that you have Vivian's signature, but no Vivian. To be fair, I think it's fine, right? Roll better substats. Pull the signature, spend money. I don't know. Looks fine. like really not much to say. Arguably, what you can consider, because Vivian's, you are unlikely to maintain like 6 stacks, right? You're probably more at like 4 stacks, maybe 5 stacks, and it's gonna have a little bit of a build-up time, ramp-up time. Because of that, let's assume 4 stacks, you get like 80 AP. So you are at 495. You might want to consider getting a little bit more attack sub somewhere, because you are missing attack now. So maybe attack percent here could be better, depending on the team. But you also don't have... You said that Adia is sharing 3rd slot with Nicole. Oh, so you would be switching this and... No, wait. Oh, Nicole would be taking the Shining Adia, I guess. But that is a really good piece. Oh, that is what you would be doing. You would be switching this and this around, right? No, wait, that makes no sense. Wait. That makes no sense what I just said. What would you be doing? Because you're not gonna run 3-3. Fourth slot. Oh, so you... Do you run this one instead? I mean, this one is arguably better, but... Do you run 4-piece Phaethons? Two or 4, 2-5. Yeah, that is better. I mean, the same argument still stands somewhat-ish, but it is looking better. Also, if you run Phaethons, you get even more AP, in which case the ether damage bonus might be a little bit better. Well, no, wait, that makes no sense. Yes, that is true, but that's not what I meant. Ether damage bonus here might be better, because the uptime here might be lower for you. You don't have Yuzua. You skipped also... No, you do have Sona. But you skipped the U. What do you run in the last slot? Lycon, maybe. Who also gives, like, damage bonus. It's hard to say whether or not. If you... Probably attack percent is better here. Because you... In double stunner comps, effectively, attack percent here is always gonna be slightly better. Also... Wait, no. So, Adia. Might wanna consider attack percent in D5. The main reason why that is good for you is because you don't really have insane substats on this, right? So, the chance to replace this is not gonna be too difficult. Caesar. Okay, if you run Caesar, attack percent becomes a little bit less valuable, but arguably it's still probably somewhat-ish close. I think generally this is fine, right? There's not really much more to say here. Even if you were to do this, like, it's 100 attack difference, 9 AP. The attack is just a little bit worrisome, but your AP is good. There's not really much to say. Skill levels look fine. Sona, that looks fine as well. You have 2-3, 3-4. You're running Hormone Punk and ER here with Kaboom. That is fine. That is a really good piece for Sona. Rest is fine as well. I mean, you could use some flat attack subs here, but, you know, roll better substats. Looks good. Zhao 2-6. You do have signature. Oh, you farmed it new. Whoa. Damn. The set isn't even out for a week. Is it? It might be out for a week. Anyway. The set isn't out for long and you have it add. That is nice. You run ER. Okay. No, it's good. You actually can consider not running Moonlight here and just go for like a 2-piece Yunkui. In which case you would be hitting the 2-7. Arguably this is of course better, but you need really good HP subs here to make that worth it. Well, not worth it. It's a small difference, but to make it better. It's good though. It's good. Manato, M6. 46. You want 55, I think, right? 12 plus 10 is 22. Plus 24 is 46. You want 54. Okay, 54% crit rate, so you're missing like 8%. You're running crit damage here. Oh, yeah, but you don't have any crit subs here. Otherwise, that is... Oh, that is sexy. To be fair, it is not fire damage bonus. I wonder... Okay, you're missing the crit rate if you do that. But... What was the difference? I do want to know quickly the difference for Manato. I don't have it in my head. Manato, where are you? Here. Ads on my own video, goddammit. Yo, KVNF. Thank you so much, welcome! The Wet Panda Cup. Oh yeah, true, we have to rebrand that as well. GameCube, can you quickly write me that in Discord so I don't forget later? I have to rename that. We have to rename the memberships. Goodbye, Red Pandas. Sedge. So, disk drives, main stats, most replayed. So, fire damage is quite a lot better, yeah. Fire damage is quite a lot better. Okay, that is... You do have the substats, though. That is, like, the main problem. It's somewhere between 1 to 3 substat rolls. So, 1 to 3 substat rolls. Yeah, of course I'm watching my own video. Do you think I know the difference for every single main stat for every single character? Definitely not, man. I don't. Nor do I intend to. The main thing here is really whether or not maybe running crit rate main stat is gonna be better. Question is if you even could. If you can get a good piece here with more crit rate, you are pretty good to go. It's honestly not bad. It's a pretty good Manato. The only thing really is just, you know, roll better. Fire damage, D5. Try to hit 54% CR stat screen. And for the fire damage in D5, might wanna consider crit rate slot 4. If you can get the crit rate in slot 4, you could shift away from a 4-piece woodpecker towards a branch and blade song, possibly, depending on your... You do have some stuff you could roll here on that could roll nicely. You do have a fire damage bonus 1 here you could roll as well. How do your resources look like? Okay, I will not roll on your account. You have not much left. That might be something you could consider if you can get a crit rate piece here with like crit damage HP substat. And you can get some good rolls on that. Switch away from this one to a branch and blade. Maybe this one rolls nicely. You could run fire damage. And here you have some other options you could run, right? Like this one would be really nice. You can also like have less crit rate subs in that case and focus more on crit damage. But generally it's fine. You have everything max here as well that matters mainly, which is ult and stuff. Good looking good. You have M1. So is it a... I mean, you can, but you don't need that much crit rate. You could actually just run attack percent here, or crit damage even. I think what you can do is you can try to run crit damage here, or attack percent, depending on what you need. Because you're at 65% right now, but with her M1, You only need 38%. So you are, even if you lose 24% crit rate, you already have, let's call it, too much crit rate. To be fair, if you get the crit damage here and your crit rate goes much lower, then the crit damage might not be that effective. But that is honestly not bad. You would need a bit more, well, not need, but you know, for stat balancing. Like, it's optional, it doesn't really matter. Get less CR and more crit damage attack. In the end, it might just be more damage. But yeah, it's really just, if you can, like, change your main stat here, possibly. You will need a little bit more crit rate substats otherwise, because otherwise, you know, crit damage only does something if you crit. 3-1. Your attack on your Astra is really low. Yeah, that's just Astra problem. Roll better substats. I mean, you are giving already anything here. That is looking fine. I mean, really low. It sounds like it's unusable. That's not what I mean. It's on the lower side. You're running... I mean, that is really good, to be fair. It's like these two pieces could use flat attack subs. And you could roll like a +3 attack here while also having flat attack subs. That's like the main problem you kind of run. Oh, that is so juicy. Oh my god. Actually, you probably want to run this one instead, rather than this one. You have like a flat attack here. Same amount of attack. 3173. What did you have before? 315, okay. So, I would run this one. Holy. You have some really good pieces on this account. Yeah, roll better subs. Jane, 1923827 with a weeping Gemini. That is juicy. Oh my. Why do you have so many good AP pieces? The F? People are rolling for years to get like a good piece and you just have like 2 or 3 of them. Damn it. Huh. Oh. Do we have an electric? Oh yeah, you could run that on Yanagi. Damn. A physical Tsukaku. That is good. That is just really, really good. You could level the assist a little bit if you want to. Not too important. I mean, what do you even play Jane in anyway? You don't have Bernice, you don't have Vivian, you don't have Nangong Yu. You don't have Yuzua. Who do you play Jane with? You don't have Anomaly on your account, I just realized. Grace. I mean, she's funnily enough built. That is actually not a bad Jane. It's really just you have no teammates. That's a bit unfortunate. And level the assist, level the EX a little bit. Otherwise, you have Teapot, you run impact, attack, crit rate. That's looking fine. 2-5, 57. That's good. Mia B80, 250, 3k. Do you run attack percent? You run AM. Say a tree! It has happened! That is a good Miyabi. Unless I missed something. You're running attack here, that's totally fine, honestly. You could actually go down on crit damage, right? You can go down to like 130 or something, get more AP, get more attack. But aside from that, that is a really good Miyabi. Also, the substats on this one are pretty good. It's like the same disc. Actually, I think this one might be better. The 9 AP should be better than the 9 pen. The 9 AP should be better than the 9 pen. So I would recommend this one probably, given that it has the exact same stats otherwise, right? Whether it's HP or defense doesn't really matter. That is also pretty good. Holy! There surely is an HP slot 4 scaler coming somewhere. It's looking all pretty good. A lot of the same stats here. I actually wonder if this one is better than this one. We actually would need to ask Sayatri for that, because I'm not sure. Actually, do we need to ask Sayatri? I think we can just check it up. It's not too much of a difference. Whether or not one AP roll or one attack roll is more, and we have to double the attack roll. To be fair, I have not updated my... No, did I update it? Wait. Did I do new Miyabi calcs? I did. I did update my Miyabi calcs. Damn. Okay, let's check that in a second. I want to know whether or not that is better. It might be. No, I don't think I've actually updated this. I've created a new sheet and then ignored everything. Well, that is not helpful. So according to my sheet, getting one more crit damage roll is minus 14% damage. That is not true. I'm very sure about that. I think this might actually be better. You have 2 times the same disc here. Damn. You could also consider the crit rate. I will stick with the AP for now, because I'm actually just not sure. I just do not know. Crit rate +2. That is a really nice AP disc. Crit damage, attack, crit rate. You have a lot of really good discs here. Who do you play Miyabi with even? Surely not Jane. So Astra. Astra Sona, Astra Lycon. Lycon Sokaku, you could do Mono Ice. You could do Wheelchair. You could do Grace, but probably not. Who the fuck likes playing Grace? So if you do Mono Ice, you are good. If you do Wheelchair, you get Death Shred 15%, well, 40% Death Shred, 15% thingy from Nicole. If you get 15% crit rate here, you are overcapping on crit rate. You would need to go down on your crit rate by a lot. Can you run... You run attack here? What else could you run? Astral Voice. Puffer. No, not with Nicole. You do that. Ooh. Yeah, you could do that. You run with Astra Nicole? Okay. Yeah, in that case, you are overcapping on crit rate, right? You get 15% is 97, plus 12 from the set is, well, more than 100. So, switching this and this, 73, that is looking much better. You're still overcapping on crit rate, but now it's not that bad anymore. Can we... Do we have another good one here? You have quite a lot. You could run the full AP one. That could be actually not bad. Also consider rolling on this one. To be fair, you could... that one... We have another Hormone Punk here, good one. You do... But I think this is fine without much swapping around here. I think this is better. With Astra Nicole now, that is looking a bit better. Go down a little bit on crit damage and get more attack. Okay, to be fair, you're playing Astra Nicole. Astra Nicole obviously does not give as many disorders. In that case, crit damage is better. But yeah, looking good. That is... I guess Sayatri is never allowed to watch my streams anymore. Because the moment he is not here, we get a good Miyabi. Very nice. 5762. You are running Hormone Punk. That is fine. You might want to consider switching around because attack percent here is better than electric damage bonus. Do you play Chinghi Nicole for Haru? Or what's your game plan for Harumasa? Chingy Nicole. Okay, you are definitely looking for double attack. You might also want to consider playing Brimstone on him. It's there. Just want to double check to make sure I'm not shit talking right now. Build. So, Chingy Nicole, yeah, Cordis, Sanchin, Brimstone. So, yeah, Brimstone is better than, oops, Severed. That is what I wanted to know. And Starlight is here. Okay, so you would like to prefer Brimstone for sure. If you run Brimstone, you want to run attack crit damage, which is fine this way. Your crit rate is at 55, is 60, plus 25 is 85. You want a little bit more crit rate. Do we have another crit rate piece somewhere? Oh, actually, this one would be good. Just get more attack. More attack is good. 375, 166. You get a lot of crit damage anyway. Yeah, okay, to be fair, getting... That would be like the one piece you might want to consider changing. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a really good piece, right? But you want more crit rate. But, that being said, also this one. If you can look like a crit rate plus 2 or something. But you don't really have that right now. The attack one here is better than the crit damage one, which you have run before. No, than this one. Or was it this one? Don't remember. But yeah, more attack is better. Yeah, run Brimstone on him, especially if you have it at R3, right? But let's switch it back for now. Orphe, 55. You do not have...
You dehydrated bitch.
Understood. Gilded Blossom. So, ER, that is looking pretty good, honestly. 29, 122, 55. You get 25% here, so you're at 60, 80. Plus 12 is 92. That's a pretty good Orphe. That is a pretty good Orphe, especially given you do not have signature. You can get a little bit better substats here, right? Get like some crit rate, whatever. If you can roll more attack percent subs, especially like on, you know, the ones where you don't have attack percent, mainly those two. You could run fire damage here possibly, but I mean you would need to have that as well to have first place, so that is not happening. Yo, Rui! Hello, hello, thank you. Welcome. Guys, did you know that Prime Gaming is free? Yeah, nice Orphe. Actually, nice Orphe. I would probably say that's one of the better Orphes I've seen in a long time. I am quite sure that is one of the better Orphes I've seen in a long time. Let me think. Especially Sickless, yeah. Very nice. Very good Orphe. Triggers with a signature 85 to 122. You are running impact. Yes. Holy crit damage. Yeah, pretty good. Roll better substats. Level your assist to 12. Trigger. Assist to 12. And that's kind of about it. General question, is slot 5 attack percent better than element damage? Is it? No, it's most of the time element. Most of the time, any kind of element damage bonus is better. The problem that many people have is that they have no attack percent substats. So attack percent often just is kind of even-ish because people have a low amount of attack. But that depends on quite a lot of factors and also yourself. Yeah, good, very good here. 12, 8, your dodge is at 11, that is 3, 190, 61. Your crit rate is low. You get 22%, 10% here, 12% set. So you're at 83. You probably want more crit rate subs. To be fair, if you want more crit rate subs... Oh, actually... I think this piece is better than this one. You have 6 rolls here. And you also have 6 rolls here. Effective rolls, right? But the difference is, here you have a defense, and here you have 1 attack. So the same, it basically stays the same. The only difference is that here you have, like, you're missing out on a bit of crit damage, but I think this one is better actually. I will not change it for now, I'm just gonna note it down, you can test it yourself. The question is if you even notice a difference. It's like 0.5%, right? The unused... Oh. Unused Shadow Harmony, D1 might be better than your current. You know, the difference is very small, but generally, crit damage and attack percent are pretty even. Attack percent is often slightly better. So, I think that might be like... Oh, it's D3 actually, not D1. My bad. Yes, it is D3 in fact. I can't count until 3. Excuse me. I think that might be worth it. Wait, let's quickly check your stats. If you were to do that. Change this one from your attack to the crit rate one and change this one to this one. You lose 10% crit damage. You lose 31 attack and you gain 2% crit rate. Okay, that is not worth it. That is not worth it. Yeah, it's really just... You want a bit more crit rate, but where the frick do you get that from? Unless you roll even better. Yeah. Yeah, it's the wrong one. How do we phrase it? Roll more CR subs. It really just, to be fair, it's good, right? It's freaking RNG. Crit rate slot 4 could be a possibility, but if they use crit rate slot 4 right now, they're overcapping by 7%. So they would also need to change these 2 pieces. But if they change these, because they don't want Woodpecker anymore, right? But if they change these 2 pieces, that is difficult to, you know, to obtain. I mean, you could check for Astral Voice and Branch and Blade if they have something. Oh, they do have something. They don't really have a crit rate one here. They don't really have a crit rate one here except for the Shadow Harmony. I mean, that would be a possibility, right? You can run a crit rate here and then Branch and Blade Song or Astral Voice over here. Or Shadow Harmony, whatever. You have some good pieces here which are pretty even, if not actually better. Yeah, that is something you could do. Soldier 11. You actually asked, would it be a good idea to pull Seal's W engine for your DPS agents, mainly Soldier 11? So, I would recommend you to pull Dialin for your Soldier 11. that is what I would recommend you for that, rather than the W engine. But to answer your question, right? Heartstring Nocturne is the best choice. Cordis Garmina is at 95%. And Brimstone is at 83%. The main reason why Brimstone is at 83% is because you cannot maintain more than 6 stacks during stun. That assumes, to be fair, that assumes Dialin. If you don't have Dialin, it's a little bit easier because you can just, you know, you have more time because you don't waste the time with the ultimate and the chain attack is quicker. And her enhanced basic attack, the new one, will give you 2 stacks for Brimstone. It takes about 0.6 seconds until the last hit hits. So yeah, depends on how you play. This can be better. The main thing is you have it at R3, so it will be somewhere around like 90%ish. So whether or not the upgrade is worth it to you, depends on you. I think the biggest advantage of Cordis Garmina that you have is that it's a really good stat stick for a lot of characters on your account. Well, just a lot of characters, right? It's a really good crit rate stat stick. It is really good on quite a few characters. Soldier 11, Zuzu, Corrin. Who else do we have? Neko. You can use it on Alan. You can use it on... There are a lot of characters you can use it on, right? Billy probably as well, but I have not calced Billy for a while, so I want to put it into, you know... I'm not too sure about it. It's just a guess. The problem, basically all of these characters outside of Ellen, and even Ellen if you don't have signature, but you do. A lot of these characters have the problem that they have, well, she is actually the, you know, let's ignore her. These characters often have the problem that unless you have, like, the one signature for Ellen, they have a problem gaining crit rate. And if there's one thing that Cordis Garmina is really good at, it is giving you a lot of crit rate. So, because of that, Cordis is probably a good pull for you if you really like playing one of these characters, right? Let's remove Ellen from here. Let's add Sue back and let's remove Ellen. If you really like playing these characters, then Cordis Garmina is a really good choice. Arguably, if you would have, and you don't, but if you would have Heartstring Nocturne, right, that problem wouldn't exist. But because of that, it would allow you to run crit damage here. So that is also something which is important to keep in mind, right? You can shuffle stuff around. Those are some really nice discs. Ooh, pog. I think, to be fair, Dialin is probably gonna be a bigger upgrade for you than... Well, Dialin would be a bigger upgrade for you than Cordis is, but if you like, you know, playing a lot of these characters who are basic attack ultimate reliant, then it's pretty good. Generally, that is looking pretty good though. You have the P6, the P6 gives you 48% crit damage, right? Then you have... Who do you play Soldier 11 with? Zhao Fufu. So, from Fufu, you have more than enough attack, so you are gonna get 50% crit damage. You have the signature, which gives you damage bonus. You have King of the Summit, so 80%, plus 50%, 130%, so you had 230% crit damage. Plus Zhao, you also had the W engine, right? Yes, you did, which is another 30. Yeah, I think that is the right choice to do here. You... Actually, if you were to switch to Cordis, you want to have crit damage here. So you would get more out of that as well. The question is what you do with this piece. And this piece. Oh, you have a crit damage one. Okay, never mind. Because otherwise you would be overcapping on crit rate like quite a lot, right? Also keep in mind that your attack is gonna be lower. So you might want to focus more on attack percent saps. Wouldn't it be better attack percent slot 4? So the main problem is if you have enough crit damage from other sources. I don't think you have currently. 102%. Even if you add like 130% from Fufu and, sorry, 160% from Fufu, her P6 and everything else to it, you are at 260%. That is... it is fine, right? But it would be a little bit higher. I think going for like 120% crit damage is fine. It depends just a lot on the substats you can get. If you can get a good amount of crit damage substats on an attack percent piece, you're good. You're golden. I probably would be looking for like +3 or something. But to be fair, right, you would also be probably switching this one around because Cordis gives you 39% crit rate, so you might want to check that. But yeah, generally, I think that is a pretty good Soldier 11 for what you have. Really, it's good. Caesar is not a unit. Ellen, AT, you are at 100% crit rate. 3,326. That looks good. Crit damage, pen ratio, attack. You will have everything here, yeah. That is just a really good Ellen. Not much to say. Nice. Arguably... No, it's just fine. It's just fine. You are running Unfettered Game Ball. I actually don't know whether or not Slice, like the pen ratio from Slice of Time for the 20% crit rate is a worthy trade-off. I feel like Unfettered Game Ball is probably better. You're running ER with AP. Looking fine otherwise. Looking fine otherwise. Astral Voice with Moonlight on Impact. That is looking good as well. You're Nicole. With the AP, I think what you want to do is you want to change this one to attack. Even with Astra. You would be at 3000 attack. And you have a lot of damage bonus sources on this team. So I would probably recommend you to run attack percent here instead. Especially if you care about the, you know, the corruption damage itself. That is gonna be a big difference. Well, big. A noticeable difference. A noticeable difference. Let's call it that way. Big sounds like it's gonna change your life. That's not gonna be happening. And your Nekomata is dead. That is unfortunate. And nothing here looks to be built either, but Grace. You do have Grace Ball. 2, 6, 355. Your attack is a little bit on the lower side. Fusion Compiler. I mean, you would want pen ratio here, but... I mean, I will note it down, right? Question is, how much do you even care about Grace? Probably not all too much, but if you do. Pen slot 5, right? Nekomata. Oh, you do have Neko build, funnily enough. You're planning to build Neko. Well, yeah. I mean, I probably don't have to click through them because we have already seen that your discs are generally really good. She is half built and everything here is like unbuilt. I don't really think I have much more to say. I really don't think I have much more to say. I think this is one of the most interesting accounts I've seen in a while. So, let me end this account review on a good note with a message to everybody out there. Please keep in mind that as content creators, we have very different standards and a very different view on the game than most people have. One could say that might be unrelatability whatsoever. I don't think necessarily that is true. But even if somebody tells you this signature gives you 15% more damage, Dialin is insane. Most broken unit in ZZZ history. Better than Miyabi. You know, all of these clickbaity titles. Unfortunately, YouTube, you know, heavily rewards doing that. So there is no way around that. Please do not fall into FOMO. If you don't like a unit, if you don't want to pull a unit, don't pull them. You do not need Nangongyu. You do not need Dialin. You don't need tier 0 units. This account has skipped basically every single tier 0 unit in existence. There is no Yu, there is no Dialin, there is no Lucia, there is no Yuzua, there are no fucking Void Hunters, there is not even Vivian. There are factually not even anomaly agents on this account. The only thing they have are Aria, Miyabi, the Obol squad for some reason, and that's basically it, right? You do not need every single character in this game. And even without all of the Void Hunters, even without everything, if you don't like a unit, don't pull for them. You can score and do just well enough. This here is as freemium as you can get. The only premium unit here is Jufufu. That isn't, you know, it's an Mindscape 3 Soldier 11, 40k versus Priest. This is literally wheelchair Mibibi, M0, 40k versus Mario. Right? You can do just fine. You don't need every single unit in this game. If you don't like a unit, right, you will be just fine. You will be just fine. That being said, Rio, if you don't have any further questions, thank you so much for submitting this. This was great to look at. I think most of you have a really good idea right now. Your units are really well built. There are a few things which basically all of this can be summed up as roll better substat so that you can get a better main stat. Right. For your question specifically for Seed's W engine, if you want to, you can pull it. It will be an improvement for your account, especially if you like to play, you know, a Billy, Corrin, Soldier 11, whatsoever. It also is generally just a good W engine because a lot of characters, you know, do ultimate damage and use their basics somewhere, and they do like crit rate. So, it's gonna be fine. But I don't think you need it. But it's gonna be an improvement. Yeah, great account. Thank you. Thank you. I'm gonna DM you your feedback. If you have any question. And now is the time to ask before we end it. Now is the time to ask before we end it. If you don't have any questions, we're gonna give you an account grading. Oh, actually forgot to add in the A+ here. So, I suppose you do not have any other questions. Then let's do that. Resource management S+. Your disc rolls were really, really good. It was basically 4 to 5 rolls everywhere. Your builds were, you know, equally very good. Your... Okay, for your skipped units, right? There is just no way around this. Skipped every tier 0 unit in existence. There is no way around this. Your DA scores for literally having 0 tier 0 units were really good. Your overworld agent choice actually was Orphe, right? That is gonna be an S- for the Orphe. I will give you an S+. I will give you an S+ for this. I think that is a fantastic account. It's a really, really fantastic account. You are probably a really good player. You know how to build your stuff. You had really good rolls. There's absolutely nothing, but it's great. It's good. What was your full name? Later. Yeah, just nice. Very nice. Thank you so much for submitting your account. So, we are done with that one. We have time for one more account review. When can we expect a Promea video from you? Sisya isn't even here. I don't know. And even if I knew, I am not allowed to tell you. So, ask me after the video is released. Ask me after the video is released. Probably somewhere this year you can expect a Promea video. That is probably you know, just this year, probably. There's the likelihood is there. So, chat, we have some subs more. Let's see. Moonfire Art, Arizel, Sly Shy, Jetty, or Rui. Those are... Anybody here? Jetty is here. Let's see if somebody else is here who is waiting a bit longer. What can you tell about Sisya's value? I can tell you that she's a unit that's not gonna advance your account. If you like her, pull her. If you don't like her, don't pull her. I personally will skip her. She is good in one team. And she is usable by herself. She has no gameplay depth, for my liking at least. But she is fun to play. And she's also very easy to play. And she is also very easy to build. She has good weapon choices. That's basically it. So, Adizel doesn't seem to be here. Moonfire, not Silshy, not Slashy. Silshy either. So, Jetty, let's do you next. Yeah. Jetty, DM me your account stuff. Yo, Bodets, thank you so much for your Prime. Welcome. Thank you, thank you. Much appreciated. I do wonder why sometimes it doesn't show up on my right chat, but only on the left chat. That's a little bit annoying. Well, appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. So, Yeah, Jetty, DM your stuff and then we're good to go. Ta-da. So, there we go. Verification code, please. Thank you. So, we are in, which means, please delete your login data. Thank you. So, Miyabi, Nangang, Yuzu, Void Hunters team, like the exact opposite. This is the tier 0 account now. Only tier 0 units. Any advice to get a kill? Dylan versus Fufu M1 for Yujuan. What vertical investment should you focus on? I actually don't know the answer to Dylan versus Fufu M1. I think Dylan's probably still better. Because Dylan gives you, by default, what Fufu gives you at M1, plus the ultimate stuff. The Avalon Overworld. Nice. Based. So, let's have a look at Jetty. You are, not broke, in fact. You... When did we add that one part? On March 30th. And you created this on April 6th. Well, you didn't read for, you know, the application part. We are gonna do somebody else. Come back when you have below 100. Appreciate it, though. So, let's go for the next one in that case, I suppose. You don't worry, you can just stay in queue, right? No worries about that. Rui Winner, let's do your net. Let's do you next. That was fast. Well, yeah, it does, you know, we actually wrote it down here. If you have more than 100 ether batteries, do not apply. Like, very easy. Anything I could tell you, you can just fix by yourself. Yes, just send me the login data in DMs on Discord. You know, like, what am I supposed to tell you? Level your skills. You can spend that. You know, you have, like, whatever kind of skills you need to level. You know, you find that information in every video. It's always the every single same shit in every single review. You know that information from every single thing. Like, roll better substats, roll the right main stats. All of that information you can find in every one of my videos as well. So, anything I can tell you, you can just fix by yourself. I understand if somebody wants to save a few, right, for like upcoming agents or whatever, but 300? Yeah, then that's not happening. I'm sorry. Don't worry, you can stay in here. If you have less than 100, you know, we just do you next. No worries about that. You didn't know you had that much? Oh. Well, you used the new card thingy. Well... Well then, let's do the next account, hopefully without 300 batteries. It does tell me account or password error. Can you make sure that what you sent me is correct? Because I don't get in. How do you apply for a review? Join the Discord, but unfortunately we had to close the free reviews currently because there are too many. I have to get through them first, so people don't wait for like years. No one tell Riff you had 100 ether videos? Yeah, but 100 is okay. To be fair, I still think it's too much, but you know, what I think doesn't matter. So let's try that again. Okay, we are there. Verification code, please. Thank you. Also, yo, hi Jinjings, how are you doing? Hope you are having a fantastic day, night. I don't even fucking know your time zone. Whatever you have. Day, night, morning, evening. Anything in between. So, please delete your login data from the Discord. Thank you. And A. If I sub, can I switch to sub review? Sure. But don't feel forced to sub, right? So, let's have a look. Let's check this first. Okay, 0. That's the exact opposite. Well. You are somewhat-ish broke. But you're also not free to play. You have... When did you start your account? Did you write that somewhere when you started? You took long breaks and you only play sporadically. Okay. That makes a lot of sense because you're missing like every single bang boo. So, I guess. That's the thing. 1099. 3-2. Not free to play, but also not a big spender. Unless you only buy small packs 24/7, I guess. You do have an internet membership. Good. Your agents skipped. No Bernice. Yeah, no you. No AOD basically, but Sona. Missing Evelyn, Astra, Hugo, the entire Oval squad. Your roster is pretty limited. Your roster is pretty limited. Bit brokey, that is okay. And your deadly assault scores are 7 stars. That's a non-9 star for a while. But yeah, you are pretty brokey. 21k Miasma Priests. So either your builds are very low or... Because you do have Dialan. Where's my... I will check this time first. Wait. C empty. No, it's fine. Empty. Spacebar. Well, translation mistakes. Okay, so C and spacebar, they do work. Hey, it's not my problem. You know the translation is not wrong. Oh. Dial chain is a little bit quicker, so let's do that. Let's stun lock here. Let's get a little bit more days out. Oh, yeah, we actually skipped the entire parry phase. Are you shitting me? Well, I guess we did. Bro, my parries. Oh my. Minus parries. Ah! Oh my. The fuck am I doing? Okay, we are doing full team chains here, I think. Do we do full team chains? No, we don't do full... Or? Wait, we can actually. No, we cannot. No, we can. We can... That was too quick. Oops. That is unfortunate. We are a little bit short here to get one more ultimate and with Dialan. Well. So, one thing I can tell you is that I am highly confident that you can get more than 20,000 points. I am also highly confident that you can hit 50,000. This is not even with performance points. Like, I gave up everything here. So I actually don't know for Mario how well that works. How well can we do that? Do you have Nangong Yu? No, you didn't have you, right? Yeah. Actually, I haven't played BB, well, generally this team in a while. Let's have a look. YSG feels kinda bad against Mario, yeah. I mean, he still does well worse at it, but it does feel kinda bad. I have no idea about the Mindscapes anyway. I hope Sayotri isn't watching. Did I just disorder here in between? That is unfortunate. No, Sayotri, you're watching. You're looking away. You are not watching. I don't allow you to. I don't allow you to look. Fuck, we don't get the disorder here. Do we get the ultimate, please? Oh, god damn it. If I would have gotten one more disorder, that would have been so much better. Yo, Romonite, hello, good night. Can we get one more disorder, please? I feel like there is no AM build up here, but that might be just me. I think this triggers a disorder. Oh no, fuck, we already had that. My bad. Actually thought we didn't trigger the assault before. Can we get one more ultimate here? Yeah, we can. I also think that's attack 6 me BB. No! I actually really think you want Anomaly Mastery here. Oh, we actually did get the 20k just very closely. Yeah. Okay. I think I'm pretty sure also that's an attack 6 Miyabi. Let's have a look. Okay, so here are your 9 stars. Let's have a quick look. BB. That is actually AM. That actually is in fact AM, and it's actually a really good one as well. Okay, these two pieces are kind of cooked, but otherwise, that's not even all too bad. Why did the build-up feel so bad? So you have lower attack and no crit damage whatsoever. But I mean, that is a good piece. That is also a really good piece. It's mainly these two pieces who are kind of cooking you. But that is AM. Why did the build-up feel so bad? What does your Yuzua have? 3-1, 192, that's also fine. Vivian. That is just fine. Why did the... I mean, I don't know. I kind of question. Like, whatever I say anyway, but... The build-up felt kind of bad. It might be really because Nangong Yu just warps your... your build-up expectations. Or generally AOD, I suppose. But yeah, you can get hit 20k, and if you know how to play that team, you also can score more than whatever I scored. I just don't know how to play that team. That being said, let's have a quick look at your skipped units. Honestly, that looks all pretty fine. I mean, you skipped what you skipped, right? You do have dial-in at least. So, 3-5 attack, 2-3, you are running Kaboom, ER, you have enough attack, that is all pretty good, honestly, that is a really nice piece. Your skill level's looking fine as well. 2-4-5, 2k, ER, HP, fine as well, roll better substats basically, everything is leveled. Arguably, you can consider the new set, right? You can consider the new set, which might be, make it easier for you to build her. Dial-in 82, no signature, Steam Oven, ER, roll better substats. That is looking fine as well. 256, that is also fine. HP, you do have Dreamlit Hearth, okay. I don't really think there is much more I can tell you here as well. The one thing you could consider, because you have more than enough HP, is switch to, if you can, okay, to be fair, you don't have more than enough HP here, but you could consider either a 2-piece swing jazz or a 2-piece, well, yeah, 2-piece swing jazz. That can help you quite a bit in certain, I mean, you don't have Banyo, you don't have Yatari. I mean, still fine, right? You can do a 2-piece swing jazz. It would be better than like a 2-piece Yonko Tells. And if you are really... if you have really good subs, you could do ER here in slot 6. But you wouldn't... like, your subs would need to be outstanding for this. You could run more AP. Oh! Oh! That explains some stuff. So... You do not want energy regeneration on Yuzua. You want anomaly mastery. Which means that is a little bit of a problem here. And that also explains quite a bit of stuff. So, Yuzua. AM D6. It's mandatory. That is not even a question, it is mandatory. It's non-negotiable. There is nothing else you can use here but AM6. I mean, you can, it's just gonna be bad. The way she works is pretty simple. For every point of anomaly mastery, you give your other characters anomaly build-up rate, which also explains a little bit of other, you know, like Miyabi build-up, as well as attribute and disorder damage bonus. If you don't have the AM here, you are missing nearly 40. Nearly 40 is a lot. So, you know, do that. Do run anomaly mastery there. YSG 193.248, that is okay. That is a really good piece. That is just fine. Yeah. I mean, can be better, sure. Is it bad? No. It's fine. Yijuan. Oh. You are overcapping crit rate by 12%, and your crit damage is low. So you do not want crit rate here, you want a crit damage piece. You also don't want the Woodpecker Electro. You do in fact want something else. Chaotic Metal, Shining Aria. Do you have something here? Yeah, you could run this one. You have HP percent. You have ether damage. You have ether damage bonus. We will run this one here. We are gonna run Branch and Blade over here. And we're gonna see that we can replace something else here. 653325. Better. You could try to run crit damage if you have good substats. Good enough. We do this. We change this. We change this one to another crit rate one. We could change this back now. Now your crit rate is too low, obviously, so... You have somewhere... You don't have that, okay, so we do need to run this. How do we do this? We're gonna do this for now. We're gonna keep it like this for now. You are looking for 68% CR in the stat screen, ideally, right? Ideally, you run crit damage in D5, D4. However, if you do that right now, you would need good substats on it. The substats here are really good, and you probably cannot run 2-piece Branch and Blade unless you have extremely good substats. You also can now run ether damage bonus here rather than HP percent, which is what you had before. Generally, this is gonna be better. It is gonna be quite a bit better. So let's do that again. Let's do that again. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. God damn it. Stop blocking. Da, da. Wow, that was very good. Well, not. Da, da, da. Let's go into Dylan. Well, we actually have a really late stun here. That is not very good. Very late stun. Very late stun. Let's try to get the days on here. I actually don't get to skip anything here. Da, 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 da. Oh, forgot to parry. Da, 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 da. I shouldn't have done that. I thought I can get maybe one more Dylan health basic EX in, but I cannot, unfortunately. My Dylan management is never very good. Dylan resource management is negative. Da, 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 da. My decibels! Well, that is unfortunate. Okay, so, point being, with the new stats, despite playing worse, we got a better score. So, yeah, just run this one. It's gonna make your life easier. So, that being said... Okay, Panero is dead. Nobody uses that. 245, 158 AM ether damage. That's fine. Roll better substats, right? That is all this boils down to. Your skill levels have been generally all pretty fine anywhere. I think that's fine. Me BB. Yeah, we did have me BB. It's a little bit cooked, to be honest, but... The main problem is you will just need to roll better stats on these two. You want like crit damage, attack percent on here. And normally proficiency is good, right? But like, actually you don't even need... I would say you don't even need crit damage, but you have like not even 100. So you do want that. So yeah. That is unbuilt, that is unbuilt. Your Rina has... She would be using Weeping Cradle. But aside from that, I mean, we don't have to test it. You're running ER, which is good. Pen ratio, attack is fine with a lot of AP. That is also fine. Looking good. Nekomata is half unbuilt. And everything else is also basically unbuilt. Okay. So, funnily enough, I don't really have too much feedback for you. Because in the end... It's basically only these, right? You want to have a maximum of 68% crit rate in the stat screen. You want to have crit damage, ideally at least, D4. You can do crit rate as you do currently if you don't have the substats to support it, which is, well, what is the current case. And for Yuzua, you definitely want Anomaly Mastery in D6. Your scores in itself, a lot of them can be boiled down to skill issues. There are much better scores you can obtain by, as dumb as it sounds, playing better. However, it also is gonna help you massively by not overcapping crit rate by 12%. That is also gonna be a big difference, right? I'm personally not sure about this part. Not really sure. I think generally, for the fact that you skipped like basically every single unit, be it intentionally, not intentionally, or simply because you didn't play, that is fine. Like, you can survive stuff, right? I would probably recommend you, if you can, to get Nangongyu. It's gonna make your life easier, especially with Miyabi. If you don't care about that, I guess you are fine. It's your account, you do what you want to do, right? So, do you have any questions? Because I surprisingly do not have a lot of feedback for you. It was an interesting experience, to say the least. You really like my videos? You were wondering if Miyabi, Lycon, Nangongyu would be a good team. You don't want to bench Lycon? Well, first, thank you for liking the videos. I am happy if they help. I mean, good? No. Can you do it? Yes. I'm gonna pull the W engines you're missing. After that, what? Eidolon? Okay. I would recommend you to not get any Mindscapes. Compared to HSR, Mindscapes in this game are not that great, comparatively. You don't have like plus 300% damage here because you get Spark CM2. That's not a thing. Like most of these agents, like most Mindscapes, are like 10 to 12% team damage, which to be fair, it's good, but it's not gonna change your mind. And I would much rather recommend you to either just save your pulls or pull more units. I would rarely, if ever, recommend anybody to pull any Mindscapes whatsoever. If you still want to pull Mindscapes after I told you this, I would go for Dialin, Yuzua, Vivian. And that is all that you have. Dialin, Yuzua, Vivian. Lucia M1 is also good. Vivian M6 is very, 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 very good. Not M2 Miyabi. Yeah, it's fine. I personally just think Miyabi is... It's arguably a good Mindscape, but the other ones are better. Like, the thing is... In how many teams can you use Miyabi? You can use Miyabi in Miyabi teams, right? So, you have... If you pull a Mindscape on a DPS, you will always use the Mindscape with that specific DPS. These are support units. You can use them in a lot of different characters with a lot of different DPS units. So getting support mindscapes is, in my opinion, always more valuable than mindscapes for DPS units. Because, let's say, Miyabi, like, let's imagine Hoyo would release a boss that says, the character Miyabi cannot be used against this boss. They basically already did that a few times, just in different wording, right? But they could do that. Let's say there's a boss with 80% ice resistance and it cannot be crit. You will not use Miyabi against that. Right? And Miyabi's Mindscape also only increase her own damage. But, for example, Yuzua Mindscape, right? Her Yuzua M1, for example, just picking randomly right now. This is gonna give 10% all attribute rest rate, as well as like more anomaly and disorder damage bonus. This Mindscape does not only increase the damage from Miyabi, it also increases the damage of Vivian. So this Mindscape buffs two characters, and if Miyabi becomes unusable for some reason, then she would buff other units, right? Like Grace and Vivian. So, in my opinion, it is much... If you ever intend on vertically investing into anything, I personally would always recommend supports. And that is why I would recommend you Dylan, Yuzua, Lucia. If you want to, Vivian also has really good mindscapes, but Vivian mindscapes depend on your other character's mindscapes. So, meh. You have a question? Sure, it's your review. Ask away. Without removing the units I already use, which team could I use? Soldier? Because I got M3 of that. You mean Soldier 11? Without removing the units you already use. Do you want to see success or not? Because that is a good... that would be an important part of this question. No, I'm talking about, like, do you care about even getting 5k? Not you're not gonna get rewards with what you have without removing what you currently already do. If you cannot, if you barely hit 20,000 points with the premium Yejuan team, and you don't want to remove Dylan out of that team, nor do you want to remove Zhao out of that team, the basically only team option you right now have is with Nicole and maybe Lucy, or Nicole and Lycaon. And these teams are already not great in the first place. Secondly, you would need to play Nicole and Soldier 11, who both are not easy to play necessarily. I don't think you... Yeah, it's probably gonna be hard. I think it's gonna be hard. I think either of Lucy Lycaon or Nicole Lycaon or Nicole Lucy is probably Nicole Lycaon might be best for your Soldier 11. Lucy Lycaon is much easier to play. And I personally would just recommend you to use like Dylan or something. If you can, you know, Astra is really good, Orphe is really good. That's not Orphe, that's Orphe. Crit Burnies, right? If you want to vertically invest, Mindscape 6 Critnies. Yeah, you could also do something with Rina maybe. Go full pen ratio build, go for Rina. You could attempt to use Pulchra. Do you have M6? You do have M6. You could attempt to use Pulchra. It's gonna be a bit difficult, especially without another easy-to-play support, right? Nicole is very good, but also not easy to play. So Astra would be easier. Remiel, okay, we don't know what she does. I don't know what she does. You don't know what she does, but maybe she's good. Who fucking knows? Maybe she can be played with Soldier 11. I don't know. I don't think I have much more to tell you. It's looking, honestly, for what you have on your account, pretty good. Honestly, it's looking pretty good for what you have. So, let me post you these literally 2 lines of feedback. There really is not much more. I'm thinking about what to even give you as feedback here for your ratings. Oh. Thinking. What do we grade that? I'm not sure if I want to give you a grading because I wouldn't know what to grade you. What do I grade you? Your disc rolls were fine. Your builds were partially using wrong stats, but otherwise were fine. Your DA scores were low for what you could do. Your overworld agent choice, I forgot. You skipped units. I mean, you don't have units on your account. And your resource management was okay. Like, the fuck do I grade you? I'm not gonna give you a grading. I don't know what to grade you. I'm sorry. I don't know what to grade you. But thank you so much for submitting your account. Was honestly interesting to look at. I've rarely seen an account with like nothing on it and still doing just fine. So yeah, thank you so much. So, let's get you done. That is also done. Wait, we don't need... Why is Jetty older now? That's not older. Open post. We don't close it. We didn't do it. We didn't do it. What do we have? We have 4:40 a.m. I think I'm probably gonna wrap it up here.
Drink water, you dehydrated bitch!
Thank you. Because I still have to finish this here. Well, review the video. And then I have to go to work somewhere. Feels bad, man. Well. Do we have somebody to raid? Any wishes for a raid? It's literally 5 a.m. Well, because I didn't wake up all too long ago. We have somebody here. Grind for silly. Gotta save for the goat. There's so many silly goats. Oh my god. Let's go over here to...
I was like, do I want to like record glitch clips?
We're gonna go over to Comfy Blue. Say hi. Be friendly, be nice, you know, all of that stuff. We are gonna be streaming again tomorrow. As long as I still have time before the NTE grind, right? Before the NTE grind. Chat, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for the Prime subs and the non-Prime subs. I much appreciate all of you. And we see each other tomorrow. Good night. Good night, good night. Bye-bye.